2017 spring semester, WCC students were given the opportunity to meet with Thomas Van Houtryve in the Technology Building. Thomas Van Houtryve is a photographer who's been using multimedia and social media not only as an art form, but to report on conflicts around the world. His latest work, Traces of Exile, was even part of an installation in New York City's International Center of Photography. Students were able to get an inside look at his work and ask questions. Houtryve was even kind enough to sit with Brian Ponti, the co-editor-in-chief at the Viking News, to give him an inside view on being a freelance journalist.
The media publications will say, even if the crisis is ongoing, they're like, oh, we covered that last week. And they can't put the same content in sort of over and over again. Or if they do, they have to come at it in a totally new way. So, getting a feel for their needs, figuring out who the key person is, and then putting together a pitch that you think will work. I would say what happens more often, and something you have to learn to be able to push back on in a journalist, is an editor sitting somewhere in a capital city that's not traveling, like probably New York, right? They've got an idea of what they think the story is, right? And they're like, go out and do this story. And then you show up, and it's just not like that at all. And it's not a left-wing or right-wing thing, but you're like, what you imagined is just not happening out there. And there's interesting stuff happening here, but it's not that. And so making sure that they don't force you into a cookie cutter to sort of shape something to fit their imagination. You got to be able to turn it around and say, this is what's happening and you need to change what you think. But I do have photographs that I feel like I took it was covering a certain issue, I put the caption with it, and then I see it published with a totally different I won't work with that publication again afterwards. So most attracted to things that I don't have the answers yet, or that I've got a curiosity for, or there's something over there, like an itch you have to scratch. It's more rejections than acceptance, but so is fishing, right? If people were disappointed that every time a fish didn't bite, they would stop fishing really quickly, right? You only count the ones that you catch.
This is Michaela Pikovich for WCC News.